your victory is guaranteed. Now, because some of us live a lifestyle of trusting God, we are not surprised when we get the victory. We are never caught off guard when God blesses us, promotes us, sends us better, does for us the good measure, the press, the shaking, and the running. I want to show you what it begins to do for a person, or what our mindset should be in reference to trusting God. Proverbs 29 and verse 25. Notice this. The fear of man brings a snare. The fear of man brings a what? Snare. A snare has to do with, in one sense, a trap. It represents bondage. The fear of man brings bondage. Bring bondage. God don't want us to fear man, not because of who we are, as much as, again, who he is. He wants his people to understand that I'm divinely protecting you. I have you divinely covered in every aspect of your life. There is no need to fear man. The fear of man brings a snare. See, when you find yourself fearing man, you have limited what God is able to do in your life. You've limited what he's able to do through you because you have been snared. You have been caught. And you can't go but so far. What has you snared, trapped, is the fear of man. And can I be honest? At the time that we live right now, fear is selling. Fear of propagating. Fear, just spreading of fear, is a hot commodity. Look at climate change. You know what climate change is? That's fear. Uh-oh. I'm going to tell climate change believers. Listen, I'm talking about to the point to where man think man is so sovereign that man has the ability to destroy what God created. So you're not in touch. Not the way you need to be. But see, to you, fear sometimes makes sense when you look at it through the eyes of man. Folks say stuff like, Pastor, it's hotter than this. The sun closer, the ozone layer. But you don't even know nothing about the ozone layer. It's burn up, this, that, and the climate change is real. But search your record books. Most of the time, you don't even break records now. You got to go way back in 1954. It got this cold. It got this hot. But this more than that. This is what I want you to know. How you lost the sovereignty, the connection with the sovereignty of God. It was God that said about the earth he created that you gonna have fall, winter, summer, and spring. He said these things will be so. That was God that put that in operation. Now man cannot come back and undo what God did. Saving, he grant man permission to do it. But man just talking this talk. God said as long as the earth remains, there's going to be seed time, harvest. You're going to have winter, fall, spring, summer. God said that. So don't get upset with me when I believe God more than a meteorologist. Your problem ain't with me. Your problem with God. But see, fear sells. I don't worry about no sun burning me up. And I work in the sun. I know to drink water and do things I need to do. And I know there are times I need to get my little self in some shade. And I recognize it and just cool off for a minute. Come on. But fear sells. Fear sells. Not in the world. Before I move on, the church sells fear. They don't talk about the mark of the beast to warn. They talk about to sell books. Oh, Lord. I got some folk done dug a cave in here. Uh-oh. Am I touching on some folk? Ain't nobody like Pastor. Fear sells. Fear sells. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That fear what? It sells. No, he said the fear of man brings a what? A snare. Don't fear COVID. There's nothing wrong with me saying that. COVID has passed through some people in here. Some you got a testimony, it didn't come near you. Whether you got a testimony that it didn't come near you or it touched you up or dust you up, it doesn't matter. You are not to fear it. This is Bible. Don't fear it. Do the thing God tells you to do, but don't come into fear. Because when you do, every variant, every new discovery is going to land you in a snare. Y'all know I'm talking true. There are people that begin to feel better about life, themselves, their future, until they hear something negative in the media, and then they're put back in the snare. And all I'm saying is don't fear it. No, he got you divinely what? Protected. He got you divinely what? Covered. Has he seen any of you through? Yes. Has he seen your family through? Yes. Have you heard the testimonies of him seeing others through? Yes. And a lot of people don't like this type of teaching, but the fear of man brings a snare. Yes. You can't have that. Don't even try it. You will fail if you try to do it. Do you know that got some folk? That's a snare to them. That's bondage. They won't even try to do certain things. They won't even trust God to cause certain things to happen for their life. They are snared. They're snared. I don't worry about certain things that I see in the earth. I know some things will always be. Come on. Hatred amongst men for the color of their skin and so forth. Until Jesus comes, you're going to have people, if they don't get divinely delivered, they will have hate in their heart. Come on, I'm going to teach it right. And that just ain't something found in a white man. Hatred for other people is found in every color. Come on, that's an evil in a man. But you got no business fearing or being in bondage because of how you were born. Come on. Nobody has the right to make somebody feel beneath them. You got to know who you are. You got to know who divinely protecting you. You got to know who told you to step out and do what it is that you're doing despite the color of your skin. You got to know that. Come on, somebody. You got to know he's with you. The only thing holding some of us back is our own mindset. Because we've been snared by the fear of man, and understand you and I are men. The words that you speak, you can ensnare yourself. You can keep yourself in bondage because of the way you talk. Death and life in the power of what? In the power of the what? The fear of man brings a snare. But watch this. Look at the end clause. But whoever trusts in the Lord shall be what? Saved. Shall be what? Saved. Shall be what? Saved. Look at somebody say, because I trust God, I'm safe. Tell your neighbor, I am secure in God. How many believe you're safe? I'm looking. How many believe you're safe? But notice it very carefully, because I want to rightly divide it. The fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts, continual. See, if you don't understand that when you continue to trust God, you safe, you secure, you're going to be brought into bondage. And some folk, they're up and down. One day they trust and next day they're not. So you're not going to feel safe. In all that you go to do, you're not going to be a person who understands that you're secure. And that's how God wants his children to be. He wants you and I to be to the point that, well, no matter what we're going through, we know that we are safe. Different, he says such things as, I am a refuge. Come on. Isn't that right? Is that Psalm 46:1? Read it real quick, and then I'm going back to Psalm 5, and I'm going to close it. That just popped in my spirit. Yeah, refuge, Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in what? In trouble. See, when you know this, it causes you to understand that you're safe. You are protected. You are covered. You're covered. You're covered under his wings. And the wings of God, of course, deals with, again, the authority of God.